Hello friends, my name is Renuka and today I'm planning to make these cards. First of all, we make this card and in my next video we'll make this one. So you can see it's white on white. I'm not exactly replicating this card, but I'm kind of making the same one. So for that you will need some dies and paper smooches. We'll take wise dies, then tall stem, poppy stamps and curvy stamps from the poppy stamps. And I'm planning to use these punches also. One 5/8 inch of a butterfly and small flowers, daisy and the normal one by the Fiscus. So for that, first of all, I will cut my cardstock into half because I'm planning to make 2 cards here. And for that, I am using the white premium cardstock by Darcy. And it is 8.5 cardstock, so I will cut into 4 1/4 or 4 1/4. So I'll get these 2 cardstocks. Now I'll score it at 5.5 because the total length is 11. So, and after scoring the cardstock, I'll use my bone folder to just make crisp edge. After cutting this, I want to make 2 panels. So it's 4 1/4 by 5.5. So I'm cutting panels for them and I'll reduce 1/4 from each side. So it's 4 1/4. So I'll cut 4. And after that it's 5.5, so I'll cut at 5 1/4 or 5 1/4, whatever you prefer to say. After doing that, I'll get these 2 panels and these are going on to the top of the card. So now I took one of the panel and just draw a line at half and 1/4, it's 3/4 inch from the bottom, and then I place the stamps on the line so the bottom of these flower pots touches the line, and after that I will die cut them. So for that I will use my A plate and then the B plate, and after that I'll put this paper here, and then I'll just put the C plate. I'm using here Cuttlebug, so you can hear the crackle. It goes through at once, but I just want to make sure that it cut throughout the card. And now you can see these shapes. After that I will cut the tall stem and the curvy stem. And for that I'll use the same technique. I'll place A plate and B plate. After that I'll place the cardstock here and then just run through it a couple of times to make sure that it cut through and get proper embossed one. Darcy's small tiny polka dots, and for that I'll grab my cuttlebug again. You can do this by A plate, B plate and the cuttlebug folder, but here I'm using the Sizzix one because then I don't need to adjust the paper width. Sizzix came with this plate and this small rubber foam which is used for the embossing, and I'll just place all the 3 layers and I need to go through them just once, and I'll get the polka dot embossing here, and I'll just, this is the Sizzix one. I bought the starter kit for that and I get 6 designs in these plates, and here I'm using the diagonal lines. So now our machining work is done. Now it's time to assemble our first card, and for that this is our card base, and I'll gently pull out these dies. Afterwards I'll just erase these pencil lines. And then this is for this is the negative of the card where I'm planning to use, and for the another card I'm planning to use these. So I want this panel little bit smaller because I'm planning to add a table kind of thing to it, and I'll cut the panel, the embossed panel, into 4 and then 5 1/4. After cutting it, I'll cut these dotted polka lines and planning to cut them, and here you can match up this line and see how much it is, and it's like less than an inch, so I'll cut first of all 1 inch. I'll stick panel, this panel, I'll stick these 1/4 inch to this panel, and for that I am using AJ tape runner. After placing these panels, I'll just trim off the excess. And then I'll add these vases by using foam dots here, and I have these stems with me, and I'm using here EK Tools 1/6 inch foam dots because I don't want it to more pop up. And I'll use this 5-leaf sponge, and I punch out the 1 leaf out of it. Now it's time to assemble. So I'll put these big foam dots on this, and I'll put little bit smaller on the tall vase. After putting these, I'll just peel off the backing and I'll place them. And for reference, I'm using this line so they look like they are on the any kind of tabletop or something, so bottom of the vases are not floating here and there. And then I'll cut these small lines here to add to the small stems, and I'm putting them behind the leaves. And after that, I'll use mono adhesive glue, Tombow mono adhesive glue, and the few drops of it on the bottom. And then I position it little bit tilted here. And after that, I am planning to do the same thing for rest of them, and I will punch out the little flowers here, and the same time 2-3 butterflies too. So I'll use a small foam dot behind this flower, and I'll cut down this small into again a smaller one, and then I'll place this die cut, and you see the embossed side is up, so it will show. And after that, I'll place little bit of foam dots on the another leaf too. As this card is total white, I just want to pop up these elements little bit, and I don't want to use the large foam dots here. So after deciding where I want to place, I'll just place these. The same way I will add this one too, but this stem is too long, so I'm planning to cut it down a little bit. And as the vase is the mouth or the opening of vase is too small, I don't want that anything should show up outside. So now I'm using this flower, and I'll repeat the same procedure, that I'll place the flower and stem, and then I'll add foam dot to it. And after that, I'll remove the backing, and I will add few more foam dots here and there on the leaves so they didn't bend. As the stem of these are too small and thin, so these are more delicate to handle, so I don't want to give packing foam dot with them because they will show up, and the same time it's not possible to cut that tiny stems. And after cutting that, I'll add little bit of glue on the bottom side, and then I place that exactly where I want. Now you can see that the vases are going like the triangular way upside, increasing the same way the flowers or the leaves also. Now I'm planning to add these small butterflies. I'll just take a small dot for that, and I'll place one very near to it, and I place the another one. Now you can stamp and add the sentiment here, whichever you want to, just like thank you or sympathy or we are sorry or anything. It's a very simple, and you can add these sentiment here, or you can die cut one hello and add to it, or just a note. And after completing this panel, I'll just add another foam dots, and now this time I'm using the foam adhesive, which is 3 mm, and I'll use the bigger pop dots here. And I'll remove the backing of it, and then I'll place the card. In this way we complete our first card, and we'll just add this exactly in the center. You can skip this pop dot step and just add them to the directly to the card base, but by adding pop dots you can give kind of another dimension to your card. I hope you like this card, and we'll make this card, not exactly this but kind of this card, in our next video. So stay connected, and you can see all the supply list on my blog. If you want to see the pictures, you can log into Pinterest and Facebook. So until then, happy crafting. Bye bye. Using here paper smooches sentiments for, and these sayings are really nice, long, and I don't do strips of 1 inch, and I'll just add this sentiment on the volume. After that, I will keep it aside to just little bit dry, and I'm planning to add this maybe inside, or I can just make a drop down banner kind of thing here, something like this. So for that, I will again make this end portion like a banner, and after that I'll add little bit of glue. This is not straight, so I will first I have to make it straight. For that I use this Martha Sweetheart board, and after doing that, then I'll get a straight fold here, and I will use little bit of glue dots or tape runner, or you can use Tombow Mono adhesive dot glue here, and I'll just place this in this gap in the corner, and after that I'll just press a little bit. So in this way you can add sentiments to your card. And I hope you enjoyed. If you like my channel, please subscribe to it. You can follow me on Facebook and Pinterest, and you can see all the supply listed on my blog. So see you soon. Bye bye. Have a crafty life.